Joe. Hi once again, my name's John, this is my friend Joe. Joe has an engineering company called Thermublast, and what Joe does is basically prototype one-off electronics, mechanical. One thing Joe has developed, which is what I'm interested in, is a device for removing chips and for coolant cutters on laser milling machines. As you well know, I rarely use flood coolant on the lathe because I do videos. I use it on the lathe because I've got to. Now, the system Joe developed uses an air blast in a mist system to effectively remove the chips and cool the cutter down. That is, yeah, it does away with the mess. You haven't got the complication of water pissing all over the floor. I'm really impressed with what I've seen. Joe's going to have a quick run through it, and I'm actually going to take one of these home, mount it on my milling machine, and sort of do a review or evaluation or an appraisal. But from what I've seen now, I must admit, I am really impressed. Right, Joe, we'll turn the camera around and you can, yep.
So, units mounted on the side of the Bridgeport type milling machine. What we have is a small display unit where you can set the parameters for how you wish to cool, how many pulses and so on. We have a 1 litre reservoir, and we have a set of valves, which are the valves which allow us to dispense liquid to the tool. And we've got a lock line assembly and also a light. So the light allows us to see what's going on throughout the process. If I was to switch it on, I have a start button. I don't know if you can actually see the tool at the moment. I'll bring it round. But we're giving short pulses of liquid to the tool as if we were going to drill a hole, in this case, in this part. So I can drill quite a deep hole very quickly and keep the tool lubricated. It's a sticky material like aluminium. There's no problems with actually drilling a deep hole straight through, making sure we've got lubrication at all times. Now, very, very quick example. I've got a single pulse. Every 3 pulses, I'm also giving 1 pulse of air to try and clear the chips. And in deep holes, you'd have to be doing that pretty regularly. If I wish to, I could get more liquid by simply asking for a longer pulse. So as you see now, we're actually dispensing, instead of just 1 pulse for 0.1 of a second, it's a pulse for half a second. And then every 3 pulses, we get a blast of air. Similarly, I could ask for more pulses. I could have a shorter pulse perhaps, but more of them. So now we've got 3 pulses, and they're about 0.2 of a second each. And after three sets, three dispensings, we actually then give 1 blast of air. I can change the number of pulses of air, and change the duration of the air, and change the number of pulses of liquid. I can set it so that it switches off after a time of 1 minute, 2 minutes, 3 minutes, 4 minutes, 5 minutes, so you don't waste all your coolant. At any time I can just switch it off directly.
Excellent, that's good.
And a nice bright light, so you can always see what's actually going on.
Right, Joe, your demonstration was good. What do you need to power it? Obviously, what powers it? Is it mains voltage, battery voltage, what is it?
Well, supplied with the unit, you'll get a 12 volt power supply. You'll plug straight into the wall with an extension lead to give you about 3 or 4 meters of length if you need to get there.
Yeah.
And so you need 12 volts DC, and then you need some compressed air. So we have an 8mm fitting at the end, and we need compressed air at about a bar. Maybe half a bar is enough to propel the liquid.
You don't need a lot of compressed air.
No.
And that, like you say, it's 12 volt, low voltage. You've got no worries with mains voltage.
No worries with mains voltage, and quite low pressure for the actual the compressed air. In fact, this can run as low as 0.2, 0.3 of a bar if you wish. But for air blast to actually clear the chips, maybe you want a little bit more pressure, which is why there are 2 regulators. One for the pressure to propel the liquid, and that's very, very low, and another one which you can set a bit higher to actually clear the chips.
The important thing I find with milling, one of the reasons I use the flood coolant is to get the chips away, and I've still got to get paintbrush and move them.
Ah, yes.
This is,
yeah,
I think for somebody who doesn't want to get covered in fluid,
yes,
it's the business. I mean, CNC with big doors,
yes,
that's different, but for somebody like me, this is going to, and my wife won't complain about the stinking cool everywhere.
Yeah,
so it's
possibly. And the same for me. I found that I was making one-offs and prototypes of all sorts of bits for automated machinery, and I spent most of my day covered in water, coolant, my clothes, everything else. It's probably saved me more in clothing than it has in anything else.
You have got a few of these local engineering companies are using these now, and current are actually running them now.
Oh yeah,
You've
yeah.
got quite a few.
There's more than 20 local companies using them at various points on manual machines, some on small CNC machines. And I've just met up with John, and I've realised that there's potentially a bigger audience out there, especially for hobbyists. And lots of the local hobbyists, I know them now simply through this, as a way of actually.
I think it really is good. One other thing, the milling machine I've got, I actually bought it off Joe probably 15 years ago. That's how I actually got to meet him.
Yes, all those years ago.
But like I say, I'm going to take it home, play with it, we'll keep in touch, and hopefully we'll be able to do something together.
Excellent, thank you very much, John. I appreciate it.
This is the Thermublast kit that Joe has kindly given us to demonstrate. It did come nicely packed in a box. I'm not going to do a box opening. We've got some instructions. I've had a read of them. They're very comprehensive. It seems simple enough and straightforward enough. It comes with extension tubes, a power supply with an extension cable, a little remote button. That's quite handy. I'm going to use that quite a lot. A bit of 8mm airline. It's all push fit fittings. Everything's labelled up. There's also a nice strong mag mount that you can use to mount the coolant jet on. This is the actual machine itself. We've always got a coolant bottle. That's the end for the mist spray. It's got a torch in it as well, which is really handy. Everything's labelled, colour coded, everything's sealed in. It's a proper job. It really is very nicely put up, very nicely assembled. I'm really impressed with it. Little air regulators there. One feature about it is it's mounted onto a back plate. It simply lifts off the back plate. It's on over centre holes, oversized holes. It lifts off like that, and you're left with a back plate which has got magnets on it, which means it can be mounted on any flat magnetic surface. I've had a look at my milling machine. I've decided how I'm going to mount it. We're basically going to mount it up and then get it all set up, running, working, and I'm looking forward to using it. I've got some milling to do. I've got some tool holders to mill, which are really tough, and I normally use flood coolant, and I normally get wet, and the wife doesn't like the smell of it, so this should solve all those problems. It's strange to believe that I actually bought this milling machine off Joe probably 15 years ago. Anyway, I'm going to mount it sort of there, further across. I'm going to make a plate to bolt onto here, and it's going to be mounted there. It's not in the way of anything. It's actually perfect. Out the road, up there, easy to get to. So I'm going to go do a drone, use a plasma cutter to cut a bit of probably 3 or 4 mil plate out, and then we'll go from there. Right, that's what I've come up with. That'll go onto there. Probably 2 8mm bolts or 6mm bolts in there. It won't take much. I may cut it and bend it slightly that way. I'm not sure. I can still get access to what I need to get access to. Really happy with that. Right, I've marked one hole, so we'll put one bolt in, and then we can use a level to get it nice and level. I'm going to use 6mm bolts, so it'll be a 5mm drill I need to put in here. This angle drill is really handy. I use it quite a lot for restricted access. The first job I did was paid for it. This is an old snap-on ratchet. I don't know where it come from, but it really should be cleaned up. I don't use this sort of gear anymore at work. The next hole I drill will be bigger than 5mm. That's really tight, that tap in there. So I think we'll go to 5.2 for the next one. It actually looks nice and straight. The walls aren't straight in the building. I'm sure 2 of these will be more than enough to hold that onto there. It looks good. I'll put a level on it, but I'm looking along there, I'm looking at that brick, and it looks pretty good. There it is, spot on. The bolts at a slight angle, if I can't get in straight, but I'm not going to strip the milling machine just to do this. Yep, that's going to be perfectly adequate, and that simply goes on there like that, and it ain't going to go anywhere. I'll take it back off, I'll give it a coat of paint, make it look half pretty, and then we'll go from there. Right, that's simply going to go on there like that, and then we can fabricate a bracket down here somewhere to mount that. That is extra tube, and there's more length on this lead here if you want to extend it, but quite honestly I think if I mount it just on there it's going to be ideal. Joe does supply various bits and pieces of bracketry, it's all adjustable, and there's also a mag mount. But I think that's going to be spot on there. It's really simple, air in there, 12 volt supply in there, and it's kind of ready to go. I'm going to take the plate off now, give it a coat of paint, and then we'll have a go at assembling it properly. I've got the Thermublast unit mounted now. There's an 8mm push fit air connector there. It's a 12 volt power supply, it goes into there. There's also a 2-meter extension if you need it. There's a remote on off button which goes into there, and that's also got an extension lead. I'll bring the camera in and show you how I've mounted the actual spray part. All I've done is simply bolted onto there. I'm going to change this probably for a mag mount because my lathe's only 3 foot away, and if I extend these tubes with the pipes that I've been given, I can have it on either here or the lathe, which would be ideal. I only use it on the lathe for parting off, but on the milling machine it is obviously used all the time. I've turned some power onto it, and the first thing I noticed is it's got a really bright lamp, which is ideal. It's going to be pointing exactly where the cutter is. There's 2 basic parts to it. You've got a coolant, which is a water jet, and you've got compressed air, which is to blow the chips away. The water pressure and the blast pressure can all be adjusted infinitely. There's 2 regulators there. That one's for the water, that one there is for the air. But you don't want to adjust the water so high that you get a mist. You do want like droplets, like a proper spray. The parameters of both the water and the compressed air are infinitely adjustable. I'm not going to go through all that. It's really simple to use. You get the instruction book in front of you and you play around to get exactly what you want. I've had a bit go with it, and I've got it working the way I think it's going to be ideal for the sort of milling I do. I put some white water in the bottle. I played around with it for ages last night. I've only used that much water. As far as where the water goes, you're using that little, honestly you can soak it up with a tissue or with a rag. The beauty is it doesn't spray coolant everywhere. It's ideal for a machine like this, ideal for the environment I'm in, which is at home in the garage, and the wife doesn't like the smell of me being soaked in white water. Turn the machine on either by pressing that button there or by using the remote button. Press it once and that turns it on, and the machine starts working. I've got some hard material to the machine, and this is what I've decided to use. It's doing 2 blasts of water, 2 blasts of compressed air to clear the chips away. So you can increase the water pressure. And obviously you're getting more fluid through, but you can reduce it. something like that. Like I say, you can turn it off with the remote. Simple as that. One of my viewers bought himself a couple of spare tool holders, of the wrong ones for his machine, so he's kindly given them to me. Now these are really hard, and I want the machine 2mm off there, so I'm going to use a new system to try and cool it and keep the chips away. I'm putting the parallel in to lift it up just so it's easier for the camera to see what's going on. Right, so that's bedded down nicely onto there. I've got a carbide cutter here which will do the job quite nicely. Set a 0 at that. Just increase the air pressure just to get them chips blasted away quite nicely. You can see all the chips are getting blown away with flow cool. I had to use a paintbrush to clear the chips away. Right, that's machined quite nicely. It hasn't marked the cutter at all. And the big thing is there's no water all over the floor. I used to use flood coolant, a paintbrush, and I had bits of plastic to try and stop it. This, the amount of water I've used, I'll have a look at the bottle and see how much water I've used. It's very little, and it just wipes out with a tissue. That's all you've got to do. I think the water was probably about there before I started to use that much, which is nothing. The water, the soluble oil, will not rust your machine. You use good quality oil and you won't have a problem. You don't have to use oil. You could put WD-40 in there, kerosene, paraffin, light hydraulic oil, anything you want. But personally, I'll just use water. Right, to sum it up, I think it is an excellent bit of kit. It does exactly what it's supposed to do. It uses very little coolant, uses very little air, does the job. What can I say about it? It certainly gets me thumbs up. There's a link in the description box to Joe's webpage. Have a look on there. It's all priced up and everything's there for you. Rings you up as well. He's a nice guy. He calls a spade, a little bit like me. Straightforward, no bullshit. What you see is exactly what you get. It's just, I like it. Honestly, I do. I like it that much that I'm going to get shot in my big coolant tank in my circulating pump. I'm finished with that. This is, from now on, going to be exactly what I use all the time. Like I say, I will extend the leads and I can use it on the lathe. You'll see this being used all the time. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video as much as I enjoyed making it. And once again, Joe, thank you very much for this bit of kit. Joe's actually given us this to keep, I suppose, in payment for the video, but I don't want any payment for the video. This is just a good, honest, straightforward bit of kit that does the job. And I said that I think it's a good bit of kit. I think it's a good bit of kit that does the job. Anyway, thanks for watching.